This is a map I made that could become an official tower defense simulator arena. I mean, it definitely will not, but TDS recently implemented a new system which allows users to submit their own custom-made TDS maps. Now, there was already this whole submission system, but it appears as if this new community maps feature majorly streamlines the process. And I like a lot of the TDS maps, but with these custom ones, they were definitely cooking with these. Starting off with the easiest maps, I want to work my way up to the most challenging, and look at what is, in my opinion, the best map in the entire game. Before that, we have to start with Honey Valley, one of the brightest maps in the game. I might actually start taking thumbnail screenshots here. It's a somewhat simple map compared to the others, but the color scheme and design carries hard. With the flower beds, the pot of honey creating a waterfall, the little bee houses. There is one thing that's kinda off with this map though, as the texture of this path looks weirdly coarse. It almost looks like an unloaded texture. It just seems a bit odd. They garnish the 3 loops this path has, Polluted Wastelands vibes, which make it one of the easier in the game, on par with Happy Home of Robloxia. Now this one is a bit weird to me. I mean, quality wise it is solid, but it's also very simple. That's definitely the point of the concept, I just don't feel like it's very strong. Like if you gave me a month, I could probably make this. It feels kind of carried by the novelty of the retro aesthetic, somewhat similar to Area 52, another map that somewhat kinda not really reminisces on the past, as TDS's first event was Area 51, so it's nice to see the idea revisited. However, this map feels a bit plain. The army encampments and fire planes are clean, but I feel like there's only so much you can do with sand and rocks. This map is a funny little Easter egg though, a trend that's been somewhat revived with this and other custom maps. In the case of Area 52 being an actual written sign, which references TDS and the original event. That, along with the descending ramp to an underground base, add a lot more personality to this map. And overall, I just think that compared to the other maps here, it is really so cool and it's so good. The Heavens is an ethereal map. It has some brightly saturated grass, the white brick castles, and of course, the entire archipelago is located in the sky, ringed by clouds. There's a waterfall directly flowing from an upper island, with actual moving water. And the trees have particle effects suggesting some mystical crop, Minecraft golden apple. It's a really serene map, and probably would be my favorite, if not for one other that I'll talk about later. Keep watching the video. Then you have the direct opposite of this map, the Atlas Coliseum, with gritty sand, literally, blowing everywhere. To be fair, it does create a pretty cinematic effect. All around the ruins of a Greek Colosseum. You got this little trap door, maybe a conduit to bring new prisoners in. It doesn't actually go anywhere. The map is somewhat small, but there are a lot of subtle details, like these symbols on the walls, which I don't think mean anything. Or these statues with small differences in their poses. This guy, that guy, this guy, honestly there's just a whole bunch of them. Or the statue of Atlas, holding up the world. Yeah, I only noticed that by checking the wiki, I'm not that smart. Overall, it really nails the aesthetic of an ancient Colosseum, minus the horrible atrocities. To lighten the mood, the Enchanted Forest. We're getting close to the end now, and that's immediately apparent due to the 2 paths this map has. Yeah, this is just outrageous. I like this map, but I feel like Fungi Island took a similar aesthetic and added a bit more life to it. The forest itself is very gloomy, despite a few fun details, like this rope leading up to the cliff tower platform, or this derelict lighthouse, and of course the rising particle effects all around that combine with the map's fog effect to create a somewhat mysterious air. Still, the zombies feel very oppressive, like there's 2 groups of them, what? Nah. How about 3? This is Derelict Outpost, probably the most depressing map in the game. The island is drenched in gloomy, dripping, black goop. I mean, there's a few houses, all abandoned with caved-in roofs, some probably poisonous mushrooms, and of course, the gaping chasm which spawns 3 times the normal amount of zombies. Fun! As with all the others, this map is of course very well made, but I don't think I'm going to be playing on it much. It is just legitimately depressing to play a match on. Very much unlike the final custom map here, and in my opinion the best, Musaka's Kingdom. This is a pretty giant map that really encapsulates a sense of verticality with the ascending sky islands, and various zeppelins dotted around, including this big one acting as a zombie carrier, decked out with an inverted observation dome, turret, captain's steering wheel, and of course, some rotors. Please subscribe. This is also a map packed with Easter eggs, such as the masthead of this ship, a statue of one of the map's creators, it's Jakku, with a similar reference placed in the water, this time also featuring a statue of Axus, the other developer who created this map. And it's easy to see why they made this in a team. There's all these banana trees, and the little floating homes of the residents who have apparently been eating them, perhaps citizens under the rule of this castle. Funnily enough, you can actually see the door has been mortared over from the inside. I don't know how the zombies are getting in. Now, castles are a somewhat common idea in TDS maps, but the mix of other themes here really helps it stand out. And one of my favorite little details, this giant kraken monster about to devour this clueless egg guy. His little boat is sinking. Overall, a top tier map, and one I'm definitely going to be playing a lot. It's dual lane. Never mind, what's the point? To be serious for a minute here, all these maps are very solid, and it's cool to see more variety in style and theme here, as while your adversary is definitely a skilled modeler, he makes pretty much every map in the game, so having independent developers get a shot is good to see. Comment your favorite map. If this video gets 7 likes, I'll make my own map and submit it, and get rejected. Subscribe.